check if you all can hear me.
Can you?
Thank you very much. All good?
Yes, we can hear. We confirm that.
There we go. We're joined by the top table for our post-match press conference, and it's the Springbok captain and the Springbok head coach. Just 1 second. Good. Thank you, Zina, and good evening, Siya, and good evening, Jacques. Just checking whether you can hear me and whether I can hear you and the audience. All good. Right, we are going to get started with our post-match press conference, and the first question over to you, Lieten Koopman of Rapport.
Hi, Jacques. Hi, Siya. Congratulations on first win of the Rugby Championship. Jacques, just in terms of the team, it was a very tough week to get a turnaround from a win over the Lions, a serious win. What went into this week, and also the motivation for the guys going into this game and also getting this win now?
Yes, a lot went into this week. I thought, obviously we had a win, but the players after Saturday, Sunday, we had a couple of beers, we enjoyed it, but we knew, listen, we're going straight into the Rugby Championship, and the work that got put in from the players were awesome. On Sunday, when we sent the stuff out, they were loaded in terms of the information. When on Monday, when I started Monday, we do our kicking game. When I started the meeting, the guys were clued up and they were tuned in and they had plans. And so, no, listen, the players were next job. And big hats off to the guys. We made a couple of changes. We said during the week that player welfare, playing 5 big test matches in a row, was a big ask. So there was a couple of changes in our side, and I thought the guys, obviously you get 2 things out of it. I think there was like 10 changes, so the new guys were nice and fresh. And when we had a defense session on Wednesday, the guys who played on Saturday, you could see they were still a little bit iffy. Their bodies were sore, but the other guys, they haven't played, for a while. So a guy like Wilkolo last played in the Premiership final. Joseph Dweba 5 weeks ago, Fox Luce 3 weeks ago, but you can see they were nice and fresh and they were climbing into the defense session. So yes, I thought we got a lot of energy out of that. And the big issue is always to get cohesion. But I must say, the effort that the players put in off field in terms of nailing down the detail and working through all the information we're sending to them was excellent.
Thank you, Jacques. Ken Boland.
Thanks, Ryan. Congratulations, Jacques and Siya. Siya, I know you weren't on the field at the time, but was there a little bit of confusion at the end there with the bonus points and that? Morne taking a drop kick conversion. According to scored 3 tries is enough for you guys got the bonus points, so well done.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, so
Not bad.
we thought we needed 4 tries to get the bonus points, so that's what we're looking for.
My bad, I'll get better at that. Yeah.
Thank you, Ken. Heinz Schenk, you're up next.
Hi, guys. Thanks for your time and congrats on the win. I know you guys admitted that you were a bit confused now with that bonus point, but Siya, in retrospect, you must be really proud with how, especially given that I know there's a lot of leaders in your group, but I mean, you were off the field, so you must have been really chuffed seeing how the guys stayed composed after that second try for Afalele, was disallowed because of Malcolm's double movement. Yet you guys just kept calm, and then actually managed to get that score for Jaden and claim the bonus point. You must be really chuffed with that result, having an extra point now, and also just the calmness that the guys showed to just keep going at it.
No, 100% would. That's like The one thing that I love about this team, there's no senior players or anything. Everybody has their own job, and we have different pressure points, and we don't panic. If something goes wrong, we know who to look to. If it's in the scrum, or if it's in the maul, or the breakdown is not going on physicality, everybody has something to talk about. So when those things happen, panicking is not going to help anything. Luckily, we have other experienced guys on the team that not every single decision relies on the captain. We always say here, you captain, yes, but you put that cap on the door when you come in the Springbok team. The rest of the team, we all work together. And yeah, that's that. We were never in a panic today, and I think we're in control a lot as a team. And the guys knew, we wanted the bonus point, and everybody got there. And Jaden was fortunate enough to score that try.
Okay, next one goes to Nathan Gogela.
Thank you, Ray. Well done, Jacques and Siya. It looks like you guys are mastering that contestable kick department and retaining position back. How much work is put in the week by the backs, including the loose forwards at times? Then the last part of the question, we know Fussy is a fullback, but what do you make of his performance again today in his secondary position of wing? And could we perhaps see him feature at a fullback sometime later this year? This is for Jacques. Thank you.
Okay. Firstly, on the contestable kicking game, there I must give Zwandile stick. I mean, you can ask Siya, listen, he works with him every single day, massive energy going into that. So he works really hard with the players in terms of that. So credit to him, that's his department, and he's running it like a Trojan currently. Then in terms of Apilele, yeah, it's similar. Apilele is unbelievably talented player, and he's a fullback. But a fullback and a wing, they should have the same skill set in rugby, facing high balls, making decisions, finishing, stuff like that. But the thing is, it's similar to almost the Dan Carter. When Dan Carter got into the All Blacks, he was a fly-off at his club, but he started at 12, almost taking the decision-making role away from him, and he's just executing and learning from somebody on the inside. Mertens, I think, at that stage was a fly-off. So similar now. So although Apilele trains at fullback a lot and swaps in at fullback, he's currently playing wing for us, which is similar skill set that at 15, but we just take the decision-making role a little bit away from him. Not that he makes bad decisions, but just getting him into the mix, getting used to the pace of the game, getting used to the physicality of the game, and he's taking it on. I love the attitude that he currently shows. He will play a lot of test matches for South Africa at 15, I believe. He's a very quality player, as you could see tonight, and there's a bright future for him. But the reason currently the reason why we're playing him at wing, we probably hope he might get an opportunity at fullback during the season, but we're exposing him to international rugby, the pressures, the mental pressure that he will be under, but currently he's almost a strike player, where the decision making today went predominantly on somebody like Damian Willemse. I hope it makes sense.
Thank you, Jacques. And our next question will come from Jan de Koning.
Thank you, Ryan. Congratulations, Jacques. Siya. Jacques, two things. I'll ask a question quickly, but two things. We've seen a lock chase up and under and connected out of the air before, and then also it's significant that you start your Rugby Championship defence with the same scoreline that you won the World Cup with. So my question is, what do you from here? I mean, obviously we expect Argentina to come back stronger next week. What are the aspects that you think you need to improve in and work on this week?
No, listen, like I said, this is only the second test match Argentina lost since the World Cup. And they've played the All Blacks twice, Australia twice, Wales twice. And Wales are the reigning Six Nations champions. So, and they played them 3 weeks ago. I know the the Welsh was probably without some of the players that played in the British and Irish Lions series, but still to go to the Millennium Stadium and pull out a 30-point victory like they did in their last game. That's why I said during the week they are a tough team to crack down, and hats off to the players. I thought their analysis on Argentina was spot on, and you know the game plan that they put forward was spot on, and they followed through with it on the day. So I just think they had good preparation. Obviously, Argentina, I really rate their coaching staff and the quality of their players. They will definitely come back. There will be some changes in the way they do things. They will probably pick up some vulnerabilities in our team, and they will attack that. So for us, it will be back to normal. Listen, let's do a proper review of the game. Let's see where there's opportunities, where we gave them. There will be possible opportunities for next week, and we will have to rectify that. So I think that will be our normal process like we normally do.
Thank you, Jacques. I see Leighton and Ken, your hands are still up. If that's a fresh round of questions, then we will go to you before we go for summary, obviously, in Afrikaans and Xhosa. So, Leighton, is that another question, or was your hand up from the previous one?
Yes, another question. Thank you, Ryan.
Go ahead.
Jacques, just for you, please. It's tricky to now change the team again with 12 different players coming back in, but seeing someone like Siya, who's played, when do you give him some time to rest before you go over to Australasia? When do you bring Andre back? How does this week look in terms of changes?
Oh, listen, we will have to probably do a proper medical assessment or get medical feedback tomorrow, where the medical team will go through them. And like I said, I think I said it during the week. I don't like the word rest, because you can ask Siya, the guys that didn't start today, they don't rest. They have a role to fulfill, and a big role to fulfill in terms of preparing the team that's going to play on Saturday. So it's just almost you get a different role. It's not like they rest or they train less or they. It is business as usual for them. They just Argentina, and the other team are the Springboks. So we will still go with that. And yes, you are 100% right. We are only now a third in our season. So we will have to box smart in terms of how we try and keep players fresh, how we try and keep on transforming, not just transforming in terms of leadership. I guess, can I say, like Siya woke up this morning, he was a little bit off the weather, and hats off for him for sticking in. I mean, at 12 o'clock, I said, listen, you must tell me if you think that you will struggle, and hats off to the medical team and to him. They said, no, listen, he'll be fine, and obviously had a big role from a leadership point of view to play, and he really put his teeth into this game, and he had to fast bait, So yeah, hats off to that. But we will take all those things in consideration. If we get injuries, and looking at trying not to make too many changes where there's not leaders and where there's stability in the team. So I thought the guys, even like Frans and Jesse, they brought nice stability, and Elton, nice stability in the back line. I was looking at the test caps of the back three. Apilele's second test, I think a guy like Damien was on 10 or 13. I might be wrong. Sabu is on 13. So they experienced, but only just out of their teens, if I can call it like that, in test caps. So we needed a little bit of maturity, and Jesse is now almost at 50, and Frans is close, getting to 70. So and Elton is over 30. So those three guys gave a lot of calmness and composure during the week, building up. So yeah, there's a lot of things that you have to take in consideration. But player welfare for us is massive, and we know this big squad going forward, we're only a third in into our international season, so we will have to try and keep everybody fresh, but never resting. There's never a rest week. You just fulfill another role.
Thank you, Jacques. Ken, do you have a fresh question?
Yes, thanks, Rayan.
Okay, go ahead briefly.
Jacques, Jacques, just one area which hasn't been mentioned yet is the scrums. Argentina have always had quite a reputation for being powerful scrummages. You went into this game with basically your third choice front row, and they did an amazing job. I mean, they were really dominant. I mean, that must make you really, really happy.
Yes, I won't say third choice. I think if you think in the first test match, Oxy started, so unfortunately he got a neck injury, and that's the beauty of the squad in terms of competition, and that's healthy, I'm telling you, our training sessions have massive competition. That if you don't produce in trainings, I mean, the next guy, like Ox started, unfortunately got injured, and then Trevor moved to Lucid, and then he took that chance, and so I think that's the nice thing of where the squad is currently. There's massive competition. Yes, and I have to compliment Don Iman there. He's the guy. He gets an unbelievable vibe going, even from the loose boards. Scrum session isn't the front row and the two locks anymore. They invest as much as the other guys. So yes, hats off to Don in terms, and they're working really hard on the scrums, and it's a new system that he brought in. We are now, I think, I don't know how many games we've played, so I think they're still building up to something. It takes some time, but yeah, hats off to them. They're working really hard at the scrums and trying to paint good, positive, dominant pictures to the referees, and they really work hard on it.
Thank you, Jacques. And we will conclude firstly with Khanyiso and then Percival Young. So Khanyiso, over to you.
Thank you very much, Ryan. Asho manje untshuba uphumeleleke manje umdlalo kwibala likufutshane nakuwenu. Lo mfutshane lo mbuzo mithathu but ndizazama nje ushwankathela manje Qasho. Firstly manje kakuncacisele nje ba ngumahluko wesantya walo mdlalo as compared kula mdlalo oveki phelileyo. And then owesibini kunjani manje ukwazi ukuphumelela imidlalo emini kwemihlanu ningatshintshanga kakhulu ihlobo enidlala ngayo. And then owesithathu nje khakusityebisele bangabadlali abatsha abaqhube kahle kulo mdlalo namhlanje abo Jasper no Jaden.
Uyiqhawukile lo mbuzo ogqibela.
Nje khakusityebisele ngabadlali abatsha abaqhube kahle namhlanje njengoko Jasper ozibonakalisileyo uba ngathi uyalunga kwa number 8 aphelele no Jaden.
Okay, oqala mina bekumandi kakhulu udlala apha ekhaya. But bekunzima kodwa udlala bengekho abantu abazosibukela, but besifuye kakhulu, bakhona abantu abasifikele ehotele bayasibulisa phaa. Enye into inzima kakhulu besitshila phakathi evekini asikwazi ukuduka, so inzima kakhulu, asikwazi nobona abazali bethu okanye abahlobo bethu. No, besiyavuya kakhulu le nto uba abantu bafumene amathuba odlala, because oko besebenza bencedisa thina badlala ii-Lions, and lo mdlalo wanamhlanje akho nto kakhulu itshintshileyo thina ngehlobo odlala ngayo, so i-pace yegame besiyikhontrola ngokwethu and make sure uba asikwazi utshintsha, because siyakwazi utshintsha but isasebenza le nto siyenzayo. So sidlala ngolu hlobo liyi-one and sifuna to make sure uba siyaqhuba phambili. If ayisebenzi sawutshintsha izinto ngelo xesha, and ndavuya kakhulu abadlali abafana noJasper, uJaden, I think no-Elton uzise i-experience, amava amaninzi phaa. uJaden ufumana ithuba lakhe, uve izolo uyadlala, and nolento no-Aphelele uphinde wabuya vele, noSibuka soloko uba ingathi kudala bebesetimini ngathi bebedlala ingathi asilithuba elide la bebengadlalanga betimini. So siyavuya kakhulu siyitim and sifuna uqhubeka, eleke umuntu afumana ithuba lakhe alisebenzise. I-competition itight kakhulu apha etimini but siyancedisana, into ebalulekileyo kuMzantsi Afrika. That's why xa umuntu ethatha ufumana ithuba lakhe uyalisebenzisa.
Yabulela Qasho.
Thank you, Siya, for that summary. And Percival Young.
Thank you so much, Marianne. Good evening, coach. Good evening, Siya. Jacques, kan ek je net vragen, misschien net ter opsomming, net jou indrukke van vanaand se vertoning deur die Springbok span onder Siya Kolisi se leierskap. En die ander deel van my vraag wat ek vra meneer die afrigter is dat, is jy enigstens onder druk byvoorbeeld om, ek sien iemand soos Jasper, wie sê het vandag 'n paar sou gespeel, speler van die wedstryd, is jy onder druk om iemand soos 'n leier soos Dwayne Vermeulen terug te bring voor julle op hy breek gaan voor die reis na Australië? En net kortliks, wat is die erns van Herschel Jantjie se besering meneer die afrigter? Baie dankie.
Okay, ek gaan Pussy, ek gaan eers begin met my indrukke oor die wedstryd. Yes, ek dink dit was 'n ek dink hierdie span het regtig goed gedoen. Argentyne is 'n baie moeilike span om teen te speel. Ek het dit deur die week gesê, jy weet, hulle 2 keer teen Nieu-Seeland gespeel, 2 keer teen Australië. 2 keer teen Wallis en 1 keer teen Roemenië en Wallis is die huidige 6-nasie kampioene en in daai van na die wêreldbeker het hulle dis die tweede keer wat hulle verloor. So dit was die spelers moes regtig hard werk en 'n ou is altyd so half bang na 'n groot opbou na Britse en Ierse leeu series dat die ouens daai intensiteit, daai emosionele intensiteit kan behou en yes, ek moet my hoed afhaal vir hulle, jy weet, ons het hulle, ek dink deur die week het ons hulle nogal uitgedaag van 'n afrigterskant af in terme van luister hierdie gaan die toets wees wat 'n paar toetse wat jy gaan moet deurkom deur hierdie wedstryd en ek dink hulle was regtig uitmuntend geweest. Dan jou vraag was gewees oor Herschel. Ja, Herschel het Dinsdag in die oefening het hy 'n stamp gekry op sy heup. Hy het Woensdag geoefen en toe Vrydag, ek moet sê, daar haal ek my hoed op vir Herschel af, jy weet, jy kan so maklik sê nee, ek reg en ek kan speel en alles. Maar ek het my dit kom sê, weet jy, fout ek sukkel. Bang van die drop. En dis waar die volgende hou in, jy weet, en Jaden het vanaf hy by ons is, het hy deelgeneem in alles, hy het seker gemaak, hy bly op hoogte met al die detail wat ons deurgee, en dit was nie eers hoe kan ek sê, dit is net letterlik, yes, dankie dat jy eerlik met ons is, Jaden, luister, jy's in die mix, en daar gaan jy weet, en hy het letterlik saam met ons geoefen, die kapteinsoefening, maar hy was baie betrokke in die Argentynse span in die opbou deur hierdie week, so ek dink hy het Argentinië amper beter geken as wat ons Argentinië geken het. So, en dan Percy, jy het nog 'n vraag gevra wat ek nou mis, die tweede een.
Ek het gevra met die afrigter, is jy enigstens onder druk om iemand soos Dwayne Vermeulen in te bring?
Weet jy, nee, ek sê, Percy, dis 'n lang seisoen. Jy weet, ons is nou maar derde in ons toetse in, wat ons gaan speel deur die jaar. So, Dwayne gaan 'n rol vervul, Jasper is besig om 'n rol vir ons te vervul. So ons sal moet uit die boks uit dink in terme van hoe ons spelers vashou, en weer eens, ons strategiese doelwitte sal nooit verander nie. Ons speel vir ons land, so die heel eerste strategiese doelwit is om te wen, en dan die tweede een is om ons squad groter te maak. Ons het vandag gepraat in die spanvergadering voordat ons gespeel het, dat ons dis basies ons eerste opbou nou na ek weet dis Rugby Championship en ons wil ons Rugby Championship verdedig, maar ons is nou besig om te bou na 2023 toe. En yes, die eerste ding is kom ons verdedig ons Rugby Kampioenskap titel, maar dan in die proses is ons ook strategies besig om te bou na 2023. So ou moet altyd daai twee goed probeer opweeg.
Baie dankie Jacques, baie dankie Percy. Thank you Jacques, thank you Siya. We will pause now while the two of you will make way for our mix zone with Jasper Wisse, man of the match, and Elton Jantjies.